So Sam is also very, very strong trade unionist, also from our trade union advisory group and a vice chair of CND. And Sam has played a really central role organising an advisory working group that have written a really, really important report, the Alternative Defence Review, which CND is absolutely delighted and proud to have supported with the RMT. So Sam is going to talk to you about why that's so important and the impact that it's already having on the trade union movement.
Thanks, Sophie, and it's really great to be here because some of you will know I can't get out much these days for personal reasons, so it's really good to have this opportunity to be at Lakenheath again, which is my third time down here. I want to start with some good news because we need some bloody good news, and that was TUC Congress, where the trade unions passed a motion to defeat a previous TUC motion supporting increases in military defence spending, and thanks to University College Union for bringing that motion, we have now overturned that, and that is absolutely fantastic, and that's taken lots of hard work from many people. But one of the really significant things that helped contribute towards that, as Sophie said, was the Alternative Defence Review, which we produced this year. So this came about, we knew the government was going to publish its Strategic Defence Review, and we thought, well, we need to put forward our alternative. And thankfully, with the RMT Union coming to us, because they passed a motion last summer as well, that they wanted to convene a conference around peace and security and working with CND, peace organisations and across the trade union movement. We have worked with them through our trade union advisory group to produce the Alternative Defence Review, because what it is a very powerful statement on how we push back against the war narrative and the militarisation agenda. And in particular, and one reason what we really wanted it to focus on was defeating this argument about jobs, that increased defence spending means jobs. It does not mean jobs, and we detail in here, I mean, of course there'll be some jobs, there's always some jobs if you spend money, but if you just look at the billions that have been committed this week for AI data centres, by and large, they took about 7,600 jobs. I mean, seriously? We need jobs in the NHS, we need jobs in the energy transition, we need jobs fighting climate change and mitigation and adaptation. We've got a fire and rescue service that is underfunded. It's been fighting more wildfires in this country this year than ever, because we have now been through our hottest summer on record, the 5th hottest summer on record that have all happened in this century. This is the future. These are the challenges of our times. But spending money on weapons, including nuclear weapons, is not going to help us rise to these challenges, and in fact it adds to these challenges, because as we all know, if we just look at what's going on in Gaza at the moment, how horrific it is, and the ecocide that is also going on in Gaza and Palestine, which is along with the genocide as well. So that's another added reason why we need to defeat all of these things. But we have to take the motion forward. I've worked with TUC motions in the past, and they can very quickly get buried, and we do not want this one to be buried. We need to work on it, and one way we can do is everybody here who's in a trade union, go back and make sure it's discussed in your branches and pass your own motions, make sure it's raised within your unions. If you're not in a union and can join a union, please do join a union. And also another thing that's coming up next year, in 2026, is going to be the 50th anniversary of the Lucas Aerospace Workers. Now, I was involved 10 years ago in celebrating the 40th anniversary in Birmingham, and at that time we were entering a period of hope, because we had Jeremy Corbyn leading in the Labour Party in the opposition, and we thought we might actually get into proper discussions around defence diversification. Now that's all overturned. But the TUC motion does give us hope, and we need to build on that. We need to celebrate again the Lucas Aerospace Workers. It's not there as some kind of, what's the word? I can't think of the word. But anyway, we want to celebrate them, but we know we can't replicate exactly what they do. But there are workers across Europe that have been resisting the war agenda. We've seen the dockers in Genoa, we've seen the dockers in Marseille, for example, who have been blocking the movement of weapons. We need to build that confidence in our own labour movement and trade union movement amongst workers that they can do these things, and also to make sure that it's understood that all these things are linked. And as Tony said, and I think it's a really, really important point, and again, these were arguments that were used in the debate at TUC Congress. When they argue about jobs in places like Devonport in Plymouth, it's got the highest levels of deprivation. You know, we know this in Derby as well, where they go on about Rolls-Royce and let's have small modular reactors there and nuclear. Well, they don't provide jobs, and they don't provide jobs for people in the local area, because what they need is jobs within our welfare services, and we do need welfare, not warfare, which is the bedrock of how we all live, and how quickly we forgot that after the pandemic. Remember during the pandemic and lockdown, where it was recognised who were the really key people in society? Well, exactly, they're still the key people, and we need to go back to that and always remember it. So we have to remember this is also part of global solidarity, and I think those words from Lindsay is exactly that. You know, this is not just one struggle, it's a united struggle across all of us where we're fighting for this. And earlier on I heard the Union Makes Us Strong, that song, which we all love to sing and, you know, revive our spirits, but that's exactly it. This union does make us strong. Being in the union makes us strong. Being here at these protests makes us strong. Being out on the streets makes us strong. And resisting the war agenda makes us strong. So solidarity to everybody, and I've finished there.